It feels amazing out today. Ah, I am so grateful today. It just feels really abundant and bright and recharging. I just had like a really great night last night too, going out with my sister and really going to a space that had high vibrations, high frequency, a lot of creative people and diverse people and people that just want to connect on a deeper level. And so that was really nice and really inspiring and motivating to just be surrounded in that energy. And I feel like that leads into kind of the messages I want to share and that I'm kind of getting downloads for in terms of really moving in your divine purpose, like really moving in the craft and skills and innate wisdom that you've been given, that you've individually been given. Like we all bring something very unique to the table, and we tend to waste it by not using it, by not feeling uh, fully empowered in it. And that can really just hold us back from our truth, our the reason why we're here, our divine purpose contract, um, what we're supposed to be realizing in this lifetime, and really using our power within that. And yeah, it's something about like going with the flow, being transparent and open, but also protecting um, exactly what it is that you are feeling called to do. And that's really like, it feels like until you have a plan crafted, you have stuff in motion. It feels like you need to protect something up until, its full creation, almost so that your energy going into it is not tainted, it's not drawn back by others, manipulated, really like protecting the energetic field around your creation, um, because that can really like influence and impact the outcome of it and what actually comes to fruition when other energies and entities get in that. And so just really sitting with self and putting up those protection barriers and really calling in divine protection and guidance and setting those energetic barriers, sending back that energy tenfold, and no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Like really moving in that energy and knowing that you're protected and being open with those, oh, excuse me, confirmation, being open with those that you feel called to share with that can really energize your creation and can really help you come to a better realization. Like having those significant people that you feel inspired and motivated by, I think that's really important right now. Um, yeah, sitting in your creative energy and really giving yourself true space, true solitude, not cutting yourself off, but really not letting others' energy, thoughts, influence, any of that come into the creation, because you want to create from a pure, protected, safe space. If if that's what you're really calling into your life, um, yeah, whatever this craft is for you, it's very strong and impactful. I feel many elements. It's art, it's voice, maybe music, maybe talking, using your voice more to talk. It feels very creative, uh, and I love that. I love that my energy is coming in, um, because when you're in a creative state, you're really flowing with your nature and it's moving more in that divine feminine. The divine feminine is really coming through. Yeah, it feels very, very grounded, very in flow, very creating from such a pure space within you. Wow. Mm. Mm. I feel like hearing the birds too, it confirms like something with voice, something with really stepping into your voice, into your power, into empowering your voice in whatever way, whatever modality, whatever medium that is. Um, you can use your voice in multiple ways. You can use your voice through art, through um, visualization, through reading a book or a script or poetry or lyrics, music, um, using those divine frequencies to connect to higher levels with your voice. That's what that feels like. Uh, I feel like I can feel the resonant frequency. Hmm. Did you hear that bird? Like, and this makes me think of something I was going through the other day. Like, technology was really going slow, and I was trying to upload a presentation for one of my classes, and it was just starting to become irritating and frustrating. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And so I just used that as a moment to recognize what was rising for me and that it was frustrating, and I felt like angry by it. And I also felt impatient and wanted to control things. And so that gave me a moment to reflect on that, really feel it, and then actually move through, okay, I'm feeling this. How can I channel it in a healthy way? And so I literally just started like oming and putting like that anger into the vibration of my om. And I moved through that so peacefully, like moving from a place of pure irritation and frustration to complete like groundedness and wholeness again, and realizing like it's really not that serious, but your feeling is valid and we're going to move through it, and you know, eventually this will work out for us. Like, this is teaching us patience, it's teaching us how to move through our energy fields, alchemize our energy, right, from lower vibration to higher vibration, and really taking those moments, like they're always going to cycle back. We're always going to be tested by life. And if we really start taking um, if we really allow the external to control our decisions instead of us really controlling what's within, no matter what's going on in the external, that is where our true power lies. And like, if we're in, the store or something, let's say, and the line is super long, we can't control anything in that line, right? Like, we can't make it go faster. We can't do anything. Like, you have a few choices to make. You can stand in line and be upset or impatient or angry or whatever, frustrated. You can stand in line and really just use that time to be in the now and to really, maybe connect with the people that are in line with you, or like catch up on a few text messages, or meditate and use those moments. Now that I have a time to sit here, let me use it to actually put it into my practice, my daily practice, and focus on my energy where I direct it. And like, that's a choice. You can put your energy into a negative space or a positive space, and or you can leave. Like, you can, there's multiple choices, but you just do whatever feel would suit you best overall, and using those moments that come up to really identify how you're responding in those moments, because those moments, even though they're minor, they're small, they happen multiple times throughout the day, whatever it is, though, they're such powerful moments, because that really shows us ourselves day in and day out. That shows us who we are in the world, how we're showing up. It shows us what our current character is. It shows us at what level we're at within ourselves, how far we've grown through certain situations. We can use those situations to reflect and look back and say, how would I have responded to this in the past? Or how am I responding to this right now? And how do I want to respond in the future? Really like using those moments to seriously reflect. And because each moment that you change that autopilot, that preconditioning, that wiring, each moment you change that, you're starting to rewire your brain and you're starting to make those gradual changes that are going to ultimately get you to the main goal. It's like taking those baby steps each day is what's going to get you there. Like you have to get to the top of the staircase, you have to take the first step. Like MLK says something like that. You might not be able to see the top of the staircase, but you have to take the first step in order to get there, right? And yes, you just need to take the step towards your purpose. Take the step that's going to get you to your full realization. Like you don't just start a craft and it's in the perfect state. Like there's stages to that. And so to get to the point that you want to be at, you have to get through those first few stages. Like you can't skip over those stages, right? Like a baby doesn't just get developed from egg to human baby, right? Like it's, through the stages of a fetus. And to get, or like a cake, you have to put in the ingredients, you have to mix it a certain way, you have to bake it a certain time. Like there's steps to get the cake to be the cake. Like the cake just doesn't end up being a cake. You have to take the steps and then you refine it, right? You put on the final touches and your extra energy and razzle dazzle, like your own unique creation to it on top of um, what it is, right? Like you put your own personal touch. So you put your own icing and different elements on the top of the cake. And that's what makes your craft unique. And that's what makes it so personal and intimate, is that you took the time to grow it from its conception, its idea, just from the idea and feeling of it. You've brought that from your mind space into the 3D. That is, that's insane. Like to that's really creation. Like that is creation in its truest form, to move it from the mental dimension to the physical dimension into something that we can tangibly see or feel or hear or taste or touch or know. That's divine creation. That's amazing. That's beautiful. Like that you are moving into that energy. Call it in more. It's so empowering and it's momentous. Like it's motivating. It keeps the next, like taking the one step is like a domino effect, right? Like it leads to the next step and the next step and the next step, like the baby steps. Like a baby's gonna take one step and then try the next and next, and you might fall, but you get back up. You may retreat a little bit, but those are moments to really like boomerang and propel you even further. uh, it's beautiful energy. I'm so excited. Oh wow. Like that, whoever is bringing this energy to me is just so inspiring, so inspiring. Your angels, your guides, your protectors are over you, and they are channeling divine message, divine protection, divine guidance. Oh, I don't even think I've like breathed fully, like, because this was just like, and I don't even feel out of breath. It's just, this was a true channeling. Like our breath, our voice, are divine gifts in whatever way that shows up, in whatever way it manifests. It's so individually unique. And like, don't let others' creations discourage you from doing your own. Don't let other people's anything take you off your path, let you get distracted, or their inputs influence you in any way. Like it's good to take feedback and criticism, but know where to have those boundaries when it comes to what you really internalize and intake and absorb. and what you really have a boundary with and respect, but don't take on. Um, I'm getting like confirmation words. Like, don't take it on. Do not take it on. Like, it is okay to recognize that someone's perspective is their own, and let the good, healthy, nutritious fruit feed you. Don't take on the nasty, rotten fruit. Um, yeah, really bask in the life that God has given you, that God has surrounded you with, that God has placed into your life. Like the divine souls that are so incredibly placed in our life, like they are for a reason. I don't believe that we just cross people just because, or things, or places. I think that everything is really there for a reason, and it's there to show us certain things that we need to reflect on or see within ourselves and our relationships with others, see others' perspectives and other facets of life, and really open up and expand our own perspective and context and reasoning, um, because we don't know it all. We have no idea about it all. All we can do is expand our knowledge, and that's through people and things and experiences and insights and people's own personal stories and reflections and downloads and all of it, right? It's we are a collection of our connections, and that's such a beautiful thing. Like what that means, we're so also deeply intertwined, and like the fabric of life, the universe, God, like we are so divinely linked and connected. We are the one. I am, I am, I am. And so, using that I am, using your purpose, using your unique divine calling, what you came here to do, like notice the themes in your life, notice who you've been and who you've wanted to be, and what people have really called on you for. That really shows you what people see in you and what strength you have and whatever that is. I think that that is a really big indicator. And also just really focusing on what you feel called for, what you feel called to. A divine alignment. Mm. Y'all are connected, babes. I feel it. Wow. And it's so nice out here. It's really warm and breezy. It's so peaceful. I'll show you guys the lake a little. Just feels so grounding. Like the energy I've just stepped into and being here, being present. That's key too. Just being present, being here now, wherever here is, because we, environment came up, right? And so our environment, while we can't be controlled by it, we control how we respond to it. It also plays a big part, and I feel like that's what's coming in is changing your environment or your perspective on your environment. Like one of those has to change, because otherwise you're feeling like stagnant and stuck and stressed and in chaos it feels. You have to really either change your environment or change the way you feel about your environment, and really coping with that in whatever way leads you to the goal of your truest self and your divine creation, and how you come about creating that. Ah, wow. Mm. Change your environment or change your perspective to it. Wow. Like, that's not an easy or light decision to make, but it's a necessary one. It feels like it's definitely necessary. And it's feeling like within the next 3 to 4 months, like that decision needs to be made. Like, energy needs to be put into that decision. Change your environment or change your perspective to your environment. Hmm. You need some water? Let me get her some water. It was just like 20 degrees the other night. It's 70 degrees now. Like, things can change quickly. Things can change very quickly. It's the alchemy. Ooh, alchemy, alchemy. Really transmuting your circumstances. Right, baby? Transmuting your circumstance from where you're at, where you've been, to where you're heading, where you're going. Your future self is calling you now. Your future self has been calling you. Your higher self has been calling you and pulling you closer to them each day. Each day. Each day has been a slight whisper, a slight calling, a slight pulling towards them. They're with you. Your higher self is with you. Your guides, your angels, your ancestors are with you. And there's times where it may not feel that way. That's when we really have to go within and sit and move through that energy that feels heavy and dense and negative. Move through that and raise our vibration to be called to those higher places within us and to those higher beings that are around us as well, protecting us. Really call in the divine ones. Like, really setting a practice. Ooh, confirmation. Really setting a practice to speak with your divine ones day day to day. Like, really making, you can sit with 5 to 10 minutes. Like, give your divine guides, loved ones, 5 to 10 minutes of your time, at least a day. And so much magic can happen within that. We can really change our circumstances vastly and rapidly. That depends on us. We can't wait for the universe, for God to place everything in our life or to do everything for us to get us to the points that we need to get to. There is an energetic exchange. You have to put in the time, the effort, the work, the steps to build that foundation within yourself to get to those higher goals, the higher callings. That way, God can come in and, finish the rest, pull you the rest of the way up. You have to climb up those rocks, that mountain, halfway to for God to pull you the rest, to finish, to help you get to completion. It's not saying that God and your higher self is not there with you through the entire process, but it's really putting in the work and then letting that energy, that momentum really pick up and universally change and alter everything and to really create what comes of that. Mm, thank you. You know what you need to do. You know. You already know. Whether you need confirmation or validation or whatever it is, you know. You know, you know, you know. Keep figuring it out. You already have the basics of it. You already have that. You know it. You know it. You know it. Tap in with yourself. You know it. You feel it. Focus on that. Don't focus on what the world, society, other people tell you you have to be or need to be. There's a way to transition from that to your truth, your purpose. And everybody's time and pace is going to be different, right? Like, yes, I'm saying it's quick and rapid once you put it in, but what that looks like to everybody is different because of circumstance and because of the lessons we need to learn along the way. Like some people have different lessons than others, and whether we're learning them or not is really going to either delay or propel our progress to the goal. And so, again, it goes back into how do we handle and respond and move through the world and ourselves and the interactions and experiences that we have while we're here. Because those otherwise are just going to be blockers. They're going to be blockages. And again, it's going to cause more resistance in your creation, more resistance to the flow, holding you back, keeping you back from that goal. It's like trying to run against the wind, like because you're choosing to stay in the same cycle without, fully realizing it or learning it. And that it could be difficult when when you've been traumatized or been through so much that you just feel helpless or whatever it is, or the situations are just so triggering or stimulating that it can be hard to not go into that automatic response or reaction, right? And that's the greatest lesson of all. That's what it's going to be, is that the most triggering, energized moments are going to be the most significant and powerful in the journey that you're on. Like, those are going to be like, instead of just steps, those are going to be leaps of growth. And that's what I mean by it can be quick and rapid, and everyone's going to move at their own pace, because it really, again, comes back to the energy you're putting into it, not just where God, your higher selves, are leading you and pulling you to. You have to put in the other half of it to really play this game of life and to excel at it. Ah, being a human, man. Ah, ugh, being a human, being a soul and a human body, spiritual beings having human experiences. Like, whoa. Like, do y'all realize how freaking unique this experience is? Just life, wherever you're at right now. Like, for example, like where I am sitting in presence in this physical reality and this life's experience, I am the only person in this moment sitting here in this earth space, on this earthly plane, in this dimension, right here at these coordinates, seeing what I'm seeing, experiencing the way the wind's hitting me right here, the way that the light is hitting the water, the way that these trees look from this angle, the way that the ground feels under me, the way that the sun feels. Like, I'm the only one experiencing this moment. You are the only one experiencing your moment right now. You are the only one experiencing life as it is from your vessel. Like, holy shit. It's such a unique experience. To think that your life is insignificant, cut it out. Like, do you see how extremely significant that is? Like, you have a whole different, new, fresh perspective on life. The most divine gift of all. The most divine gift of all. Wow. And we take that for granted. We take it for granted. We don't think we're enough. We don't think that our voice matters or we should be heard or that our craft is going to craft and create and connect with others. Like, we, or whatever limiting beliefs, that are coming up. To let those take the forefront instead of the divinity of it, how unique and powerful what you bring to the table is. You know how many odds you had to defy to get here in the first place? You know how many odds you had to defy to even be born, to even be created into this world. That's going to be your creation. It's going to defy all of the odds, all of the judgments and the projections and the resistance and the fears. It's going to defy all of that. Your craft is going to defy all of that. Like, that is huge. That's insane. That's powerful. That's resilient. That is just the most amazing creation. Like, since God Himself, since God herself, Himself created life as we know it. That's your creation. God has made us in their image. We are so divine and powerful. And your unique input, experience, feeling, all of that is so, so vital and significant to the bigger picture. Because again, we are all connected and you need to put out whatever you're creating. You need to. Like, that's what it feels. You have to. You have to. There's no other way. There's no other way that that can play out. You've already thought of it. It has to come to fruition. It has to come to light. What's done in the dark, what's done in the mind, what's done in the thoughts, what's done in the other ether dimension, it's got to come to light. What's done in the dark always has to come to light. So your creation, your ideas, your thoughts, your intentions are going to come to fruition in the physical world. There's no stopping that. There's only resistance to it, but you can eliminate that. You have the power to remove that resistance. Mm, damn. Damn, damn, damn. Okay. Y'all got me charged up. And see, like, this is so motivating. Like, I feel this energy flowing through me, and I hope this is flowing through you too, because it is. I know it is. Like, I feel the exchange of energy right now, and this is happening for you. And I'm so excited, and I hope that you please share it with me whenever you feel called. Like, I want to support whatever that craft is. Like, I really think that creatives really have to come together and just support, because to recognize the art of creation in itself in its own light, like, it takes a lot to create something and to really call that to being. And so to support that and recognize the time, the love, the energy, the intention, the prepping, the organizing, the figuring it out, like, that is a lot. And I want to support whoever's doing that, because that means you're moving in your divine purpose, and I want to see that, like, come to light for you. I'm so excited. Wow. Oh, there's a little sailboat. I hope this has sounded good. I put the mic in my bra just to make it the most easiest to access in here. I really hope this sound came through. Because this message came through. I would love to have a boat. Like, how freaking cool. And the people that go sailing around the earth or whatever, like, on their own little sailboats, like, that takes so much courage and bravery. Hello. Courage and bravery is calling you. It is your divine destiny. It's calling you. Look at them, going with the flow. They're half controlling that boat, and the other half is the boat helping them get to where they need to go. You see that? Co creation with the universe. Uh, whew. I'm so glad I came out today. See, Spirit told me to come out and just talk and channel what I was feeling and downloading, and so I did that. And every time, never fails. I always feel better after, and I always feel more uplifted and just grounded and in my purpose. And yes, I feel that. I hope that y'all feel that because you deserve to move in your purpose and your power. It's so freeing, and it's healing, and it's transmuting. It's really transforming your energy, your power into purpose, moving fear into power, moving purpose into power, like powering your purpose. No, I'm excited for you, babies. I'm gonna read soon, I think. Really read and move through the rest of what I'm being called to do today. I did some yoga today, this morning when I first got up, and made some matcha, made a nice light breakfast, sat in the sun a little bit, and then decided to come out by the lake to sit in the sun and chat. And yeah, to be this energized after going out last night, like that says something. It says something. But it's not like I didn't go out partying. Like this place, I love it. It's like just such a creative and grounding space. Like there's so much to do there. There's, shows or movies that they have on the big screen, which they have the headphones. There's music playing, there's drawing and arts on the table, there's games, there's like board games and stuff, video games. There's also like vendors, like local black artists selling their crafts and products and really connecting with community and just meeting like locals that are into the same things. And then there's also like a DJ space with like anybody that wants to play their productions or music. They sign up and then they just get to play for like a set. And yeah, it's just like such a cool space. And I feel like we always end up at the music set after a while because it's really dope to hear people's creation and music. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really called to that and I have fun doing that myself. And it's inspiring for me. So yeah, it was such a good space. And yeah, that just really charged me up in the energy that I'm feeling today and what has been downloaded and shared. So I hope this message resonated and really like moved through you and is helping you kind of understand where you're at and what's to come and what is, needed to get there. And that you've thought it already, so that means it's already on its way. It's on its way. You think it, it shall come. You have to create it in the mental space. Let it let the mental pictures evolve and find a way to get it into the physical reality. Find a way to manifest it in your life and in your reality and in others' lives. Because I feel like that's what creation is as well. Creation is connection. Creation allows connection to take place because everything around us is connected to us and we can feel something through what comes into creation. We can feel how that changes us. And so let your creation change people. Let people evolve. Don't be scared. And if you are, just move through it. Move in the fear. Move with bravery and courage. Because you got this. No one's here to like we're all in our own worlds. If they're judging you, so what? They're not living your life. They're not living your experiences. You're the only one that has to walk in your vessel in your life, in your experiences. And so you're the only one that you can hold responsible at the end of the day. So get to it. Get to it, get to it. You got it. I'm rooting for you all the way through. Thanks for being here. He's amazing all the time. Oh, thank you. I'm rooting for you. I love you. Bye. Stay golden. I wanted to finish this off real quick with just a one single pull card from one of the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. So just briefly to wrap this message up to send you off. Let's see what she shall be. Release self-judgments. Even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. Therefore, you don't need to take whatever you hear in your own mind personally. Yes, this is the perfect card to move through that self-judgment, the self-limiting beliefs, all of that, the projections, the resistors, everything. This is the perfect message. Release self-judgment so that way you can come to your full creation and your full power. Okay, thank you. Bye.